so much for joining us today on this new episode of KARLTON SAYS Live. Before we start our topic of discussion, I want to introduce my co-host for today. All right, she is an actress on The Lion's Den, Colorblind, Karma, and Lover's Lane. Pretty much anything Victory Productions. We have Miss Shataria Stokes.
Hi.
All right, and over here she is a community activist. She's also on-air personality, Miss Priscilla Gary. Hi. All right, she is an artist. My favorite song, Lord, You Are My Shepherd. Shoshana Westby, also known as Passionate. All right, and he is a business owner. He cuts them heads. We have Mr. Richard Adams. How's everybody doing today? Good. I'm here. All right, guys. We're going to dive into a very serious topic. Of course, Augusta has been on the map. Augusta is known for, the Masters and James Brown, but sadly, Augusta is also known for its violence. There's definitely been a string of murders and different things happening, especially involving our young people. Sadly, what made big news recently was 9, and actually they just arrested the 10th person that's connected to the murder of young DeMaje Bell. He was 18 years old. He was stabbed in the neck. But according to what happened, he really wasn't even involved in the incident. He was just an innocent bystander, ended up getting stabbed. But from what I'm understanding from the story, this all started because 2 girls allegedly were fighting over a young man. And then the parents of one of the people that were fighting brought the young lady over to fight, and it was a whole bunch of chaos with children and adults being involved in this fight that sadly resulted in a young man losing his life. Again, he's only 18 years old. Also, too, just coming out as well, the teens, they were granted bail, according to news sources, but they do have restrictions. They cannot have their cell phones and they cannot be on social media. But the adults that were involved, they were not granted bail because they may be a risk to what's going on. So today on KARLTON SAYS Live, we're kind of a little heavy right now, but this is something we need to talk about because sadly, we're losing our young people because of the senseless violence. It's 18s to be an age of excitement. I'm going into adulthood. But now some people are not even knowing they're going to make it to 18. And that's sad, especially amongst our African-American boys. So I just want to talk to you guys, just to discuss this. Just kind of give your opinions about, before we talk about what can we do, but let's talk about the incident within itself. Because it's definitely sad, young man. Like I said, we definitely want to pray for the family of the young man because, they lost somebody, and that's never an easy thing. So I just want to get you guys' opinion. What was your reaction when you first heard this? Because I know most of us seen the video. I didn't watch it. It was just too much. I couldn't even watch it. But what was your reaction if you did see the video?
It was like, wow, this is happening, and why so many people with the agenda of killing a teenager? Most kids when they go through arguments, bicker and fight, because I had my share of coming to high school. But most of the girls I bickered and fought with, we're like best friends now. So as long as the grown people would have stayed out of it, I believe a lot of this stuff could have got mended, because children are more forgiving than we are. So my reaction was like, why the adults? Why so many? Why, back in the days, like old school, y'all fight, y'all duke it out, that's it. But their agenda, 39, oldest one was 39, correct? Their agenda was, we're coming over there to kill her.
Wow.
So my mind can wrap around that, like, why would you get involved in children's stuff? That was my first reaction. Yeah.
Priscilla?
Yeah, there's so many angles, I guess, and viewpoints that I have on that. As a mom, it's shocking. I couldn't even watch the footage myself. I believe in, the fact that our eyes are the gateway. So I just didn't even want to see that. There was enough being shown on social media, enough commentary for me to pick up on it. And I work with youth. So it's very unfortunate to see that. And then I have a son. My son is 10 years old. So when I think about 18 and he's 10, that's what he's going to have to deal with, is those type of issues. As a minister, you said it best. The only thing I could say was, let us pray, right? And community advocacy advocacy is it's not an easy thing, and it's not fun. There's days where you just don't want to be bothered with the public. But as a young business owner, my ultimate goal is to show our young adults that they can be successful and to show them how to remove themselves from situations. I can totally relate to what you said. Most people don't really know much about my background as a child and as a teenager, but I've been in those situations where literally my life was threatened and females told my family they were going to kill me. So I get it. You know, I know there's a lot of pressure that comes with it, but we have to get involved and help our children understand how to mediate through situations. So, very sad story.
Yeah. Now, Richard, what you think that from a black man's perspective, this whole situation?
It's definitely unfortunate. Initially, when I heard about it, I didn't even look into it because it's so commonplace. It wasn't until I got the news that a young guy lost his life as a result of the fight was when I began to look into it. And when I saw the video, I didn't watch the entire video because I just didn't want to see it. I didn't know exactly what was all in the video, but when I watched it and I saw the chaos and the pandemonium, it was so disheartening as a black man who advocate for young black men. My barber school is in place for disadvantaged young black men, you know, who have felonies on their record, who are shut out from the system that doesn't work for them but works for everybody else. You know, I deal with a lot of young black men who has the blame the white man syndrome, but wasn't no white man on that block that day, and that's a problem.
Well, I agree with a lot of what everybody has said on here. When Shauna was talking about the adults being involved, that's very troubling to me because as adults, we set the standard to what the kids are going to follow. And not even in that particular situation, but just in life in general, because we have too many kids. Like she said, I work with youth as well. So, and I have these girls and they're in elementary school, and the way they argue and fuss and fight, they do it like they're on an episode of The Housewives. And I'm like, what do you have? How can you have beef with somebody and you in the 3rd grade? Like, how can you hate somebody and y'all want to be in a clique and you in the 5th grade? Like, y'all really all in the same category. And so that's one of the things that I try to tell them. Like, you already have enough people that are going to be against you. You don't need to be against each other. And so, just a lot of the things too with social media and bullying and, you know, all of that has allowed it to fester and go farther than, like you said, we can squash it when we're younger, you know. But if people are continuing to foster that hate, they love to see that animosity between women or men, because it's entertaining for them. So they like to see that on social media. And we just had a young lady that was about to try to commit suicide because of social media bullying. You know, so it's so many different things that need to be worked on, but we definitely have to come up with something to save our youth.
And like she was mentioning about the social media, like, you know, they said they uncovered some more evidence. And another thing that played into it was one of the girls had like an inappropriate picture
with her boyfriend.
With a boyfriend, and I guess he posted it on Facebook, and they were texting it back and forth. So some of the guys got involved with that situation because of that. So this social media, man, is killing our youth and all this cyber bullying and stuff. I'm kind of glad the judge made him get off internet, social media. Just get off of it, chill out for a minute, because if they have a lot of fans, like you said, they fostering it. If they have a lot of fans, like, come on, you know,
you
get fans
like that. Right. People are instigating the situation. They won't let it die.
The problem is, like I said, I'm not a parent, but a lot of parents allowing social media and, like you said, reality shows to raise their kids. And that's the problem. So, like you said, you see, like, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy some ratchet TV sometimes, but you know, I'm an adult and I know the difference between what's really going on in real life and, you know, in TV or whatever. But kids don't know that. So if you sit kids in front of TV and they're seeing Jocelyn throwing drinks at people, Evelyn, you know, getting all crunk like back in the day, and these housewives hating each other and everything, they're gonna emulate that because, you know, they see the fame of it. You know, I can be popular and famous if I act like that.
Well, see, the thing is with the TV the entertainment industry in whole, music in particular, music is the only thing in the history of the world that can get inside one's mind, body, and spirit without their consent.
Okay.
So we're watching harmless things on TV, but it's getting in our spirit.
I like that. Let's
Causing
pause
us
real
that.
quick because we got to take a break, but we're going to jump back on that. We'll be right back. You're watching KARLTON Says Live.
Woo!
What are you doing, Monkey Mark?
I'm reading a book. What do you think I'm doing?
Monkeys cannot read.
Then how do I know this says Just One More Little Minute by Carlton J. Morris?
Because they told you.
Just One More Little Minute, a children's book by Carlton G. Morris. For more information, email cgmorrisbooks@gmail.com. Get your copy today. Alright, welcome back to KARLTON Says Live. We're going to pick back up where we left off talking about the incident that happened in Augusta, Georgia, of violence. Unfortunately, one young man lost his life. Richard, you were saying something about music. Let's pick that back up.
Music, what I was saying is it is the only thing in the history of the world that can get inside of one's mind, body, and spirit without their consent. And so we listen to harmless lyrics. We watch harmless things on TV, and it's getting inside of our spirit, and it's causing us to act out. It's also desensitizing us towards things that would normally have us run in the opposite direction. Things that we typically would not do, we're no longer sensitive to it. It's the norm. It's okay. Just like with all of this senseless killing and the death and everything, I get on Facebook every day and I can see R.P. my homie, you know, or they got the T-shirt on. I hate T-shirt funerals, you know. So as long as I can get a T-shirt and say R.P. to my homie, you know, it's all good. You know, when it's a much larger scope, you know, than just wearing a T-shirt and saying R.I.P. You know, the kids have become desensitized to real life and real death.
This is what I like. I'm not trying to poke a bear, but this is what my question is: where are all the activists that were so gung ho when a white man kills a black man? We got our own black on black violence going on. Where are the activists at? You know what I'm saying? That's my question. You because you mentioned something. You said that in this situation there was no white person involved. This is all our people.
Right.
So where are all the people that are saying justice for this and all this other stuff? Where are they? That's my thing on that.
If I can take that, I am an entrepreneur. I own 4 businesses, and as I grow and I get older and more experienced and established in business, I'm learning that everything is about $1. It just is what it is, and you cannot do good business with good moral principles. It just does not work. So you have these activists who take the platform and they get in position and they do these things. What we don't know, what we don't see, is there's like a 501c3 in place that makes it a nonprofit organization. And so every time the hashtag go, every time that paraphernalia sells, somebody's getting a check.
Wow.
So if it's not time for me to get paid, then I'm silent. If it's not in my neighborhood, then I'm quiet. I don't have anything to say about it.
I didn't know that.
Money get to it.
You know, I can kind of speak to that, being in so much advocacy. That is honestly one of the reasons that my business is not nonprofit. There's a lot of red tape that comes with it, and you really have to be in agreement and agree to a number of things. And for that reason, I leave it as not for profit, but I'm not 501c3 for that reason, because I'm free to do whatever I want to do with my business right now. Whereas with the 501c3, there's a lot of influence that goes on behind the scenes. So he's exactly right. You know, everything does seem to be about money these days. The sad part is, look at how many lives are affected with just one death. We just said 10 people on top of the young man that's passed away. So there's 11 families that are mourning, you know, and my mother was murdered.
Wow.
Most people don't know that. When I was an infant, so I was adopted, shifted my whole life. Unsolved murder, over 20 years in Aiken, South Carolina. It has scarred my family tremendously. I have a total of 11 siblings. But again, I was raised and adopted separately. The family unit was broken up before it got started. And about 5 years ago, I had a nephew that was murdered, shot in the head while sitting in the car, innocent. Super Bowl Sunday, 5 years ago. And I watched my sister she's in turmoil constantly. He was 19 years old.
Wow.
Newborn baby, engaged, and for what? And for what? And so that is the driving force behind a lot of what I do with this piece, the violence, working with our youth, because it was senseless.
Yes.
And you know, you don't just affect those families right then, you affect them years. And what happens is it's just like generational curses, because then there's anger that the family has. And to this day, you know, I can say that my sister, she's still on the manhunt. And I've got some family that can do some damage. Most people, like I said, don't assume that. They don't know that because they see me and draw a certain conclusion by my lifestyle. But you really have no idea what people are going through. And in terms of advocacy, we owe it to each family to support them, to help them get the answers that they need, and to do so in a neutral environment. Because we need to treat them the same way we would want our families to be treated.
Right.
And so when you see the lights go out, the cameras go away, we've got to do a better job of supporting them.
Right.
And not just loud with our signs, but day by day, helping those families cope, helping them get through. And even being prayerful for the individuals that cause the crime.
Yeah.
They're not right.
That's definitely be some hard, but it's needed though.
You have
But it's
to.
needed.
That's
Definitely.
the only way to find peace.
My biggest thing is I think we're losing the village mentality.
We are.
And along with the money thing, it's like it's not happening in my home. It's not my kids, so it's not my concern. But the way I see it is, my child, like even in counseling, when I did counseling, a young man was like coming in there and he was like, sometimes I just feel like I want to go into school and blow it up. And I was like,
Oh no.
Wow.
and the doctor was like, meds. I said, yep, meds. I mean, some things need meds. But the thing is, you're talking about going into school. My child goes there. You know what I'm saying? So we have to think in terms of the village. These kids gonna be around our children. Or if we instill little nuggets in everyone's child, by the time our child reached a certain age, they may be instilling nuggets. They'll be giving it back what we put out. So I really think the village needs to start looking at that and be more of a community and help raising these kids. Because a lot of teenagers, they think they know the answer, but and they don't really know the weight of death. You get what I'm saying? I was saying how they took prayer out of school and they put joysticks in these kids' hands. So they're giving them these violence game and they kill the man and the man pop back. So these kids think the man gonna pop back. They don't know they don't know death. Death, it leaves a scar.
Yeah.
It leaves a scar in your family, their family, and in your own heart.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And it's final.
Right.
They don't. You know, when you're young, you don't see the end. You just do foolish stuff. You don't see it. You're reckless.
Yeah.
Youth is a time of recklessness. And they don't know, like, when you get about 25 and 30 and those lights start going on, you're like, oh man, I wish I could have did things different.
Yes, sir.
And that's why I agree with the charges.
Me
and
too.
I really hope they
Me
stick.
too.
Because if not for any other reason but to make an example of these individuals.
And that's what Sheriff Roundtree
Yeah,
said. He
so-
said he was
yeah.
making an example of what's
So
going
the
on. This is
people
ridiculous.
around who can see that just that fast, your life can change.
Right.
Because
Just a split
right,
second decision.
I don't believe anybody went there with the intent to kill somebody, but they went there with a purpose.
Well, you know when you're saying that, but if you go somewhere, you're going with pipes and you're going with
Yeah.
gas.
Gas and
You're
stuff.
not. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
they
not a
went with
one-on-one.
purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not going with a one-on-one fight. That's
Yeah.
taken it to
Purpose.
a different extreme.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I want to add too, is sometimes parents, some parents gotta stop being. You're not your child's friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm upset. The thing that upset me was, like I said, the parent brought the child over there to fight. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's sad. Like, even at 30 years old, my mom will tell me real quick, I ain't your friend. I ain't your girl. So you know what I'm saying? So
and you're not gonna talk to her a certain kind of way. These kids now,
Right.
a lot of the things that I hear.
It's young mothers. It's young mothers having babies. They're having babies and they're not fully developed in their mind. When you graduate from high school, if you're not continuing to get education, wisdom, principles to learn and abide by, you're stuck right there where your structure ended. So you got 30-year-olds with an 18-year-old mentality. They come in, okay, we finna fight. They still in their high school mind because they're not getting any wisdom. What are they going by? Just what they know, how to survive, kill or be killed.
And that's what they teach their kids.
That's what they teach. They too young.
Oh, she wants to fight you. Let me take you over there.
They young. They're young themselves. 15-year-olds having babies. They're not developed yet in their mind.
Right?
Exactly what you said too, because I've actually, when we bring students in for fighting in the office, and the grandma was like, well, I told her if she said something, then you better hit her, and then you better win.
Right.
I'm like, really?
Or I'm gonna beat you when you get home.
Exactly.
That's a generational thing. Cause like I said, I know my parents, you know, and parents that said, you know, you gonna fight or I'm gonna beat you, and you better win or I'm gonna beat you when you get home. So that's just something that needs to be broken within our households. All right. So, all right, guys. Well, we gotta go to a break. We're definitely gonna be right back. We have another topic to talk about, a little lighter, but it pertains to church and dating. We're right back. You're watching KARLTON Says Live.
Setbacks, plenty hard times, but my drive keep me standing tall through the grind. So when that storm come, I smile at them gray skies. Though the odds against me, I'm still fighting. And like Father Time history, I'm still writing. I embrace struggle, I endure the pain, cause the sunshine always comes after rain.
Keep your head up to the sky. Your time will come, everything will be alright.
Standing tall like a soldier, the pressure is so heavy, it's forcing you to be stronger. Life is crazy and sometimes bipolar, way more highs and lows than your favorite roller coaster. And getting through it sometimes can be hell, especially when you're down and no one really cares. Bills piling up, your paper trail will still. You down bad, got you singing blues like Adele, but don't stop, keep pushing. You ain't by yourself, cause God is always looking. The fact that you're still here is only proof in the pudding. Always keep that faith in that recipe that you're cooking. And it's easier said than done, but you can shine bright just like the morning sun. I embrace the struggle, I endure the pain, cause the sunshine always comes after rain.
Keep your head up to the sky. Your time will come, everything will be alright. Don't give up the fight. Sunshine will come, everything's gonna be alright.
Welcome back to KARLTON Says Live. All right, Shay had one more thing she wanted to add real quick.
Okay, I was just gonna say, I just wanted to put out there too, because I know it's a lot of focus all the time on like black crime, but if we think about it, like, you're segregated most of the time by your neighborhood. If you go to church, it's usually segregated. Schools are mostly segregated, so it's not like, you know, you're doing it with people that you're in the community with. So it's just a thing where we need to work with our youth regardless, because it's the same way in other neighborhoods. I mean, we just don't get as much publicity about a lot of things that happen other places. So.
Good point.
Which makes Georgia currently aren't that much different.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point. All right, so we're gonna shift gears. Yeah, shift gears real quick. For those of you who do not know, gospel singer Israel Houghton was caught on the beach with a new friend. Her name, Cheetah Girls alum, Adrienne Bailon. She's also the host of my favorite talk show, The Real. But yes, they were caught together on the beach. They was having a good time, but a lot of people are trying to say that she is to blame for Israel Houghton's the reason why his marriage did not work out. He did go to Instagram. He said Adrienne had nothing to do with the reason why they split. It was something with infidelity a long time ago. And him and Adrienne were friends, but now they're starting to explore a dating relationship. But since then, Israel Houghton has been relieved. He's on indefinite leave from his church because he was the minister of music at Joel Osteen's church. Wow. But he's now on indefinite leave ever since the pictures came out. So, my question for you guys, what do you guys think about that? And I'm going to start because I'm going to be honest. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, it's weird. Not weird because he's a gospel artist and she's a former Cheetah Girl, former 3LW. I took it back. But I just thought because I didn't see them together. It was weird. I was like, oh, okay. But I know Adrienne likes older men from what she says on The Real. She always says she likes older men. So it kind of made sense. But then the more I thought about it, let it marinate, I was like, you know what? I don't really see anything wrong with it. And the reason why is because a lot of people are trying to say, well, she's going to corrupt him and everything. But you don't know Adrienne's life. You don't know what their relationship entails. Honestly, he might be that, I told my sister this, he might be that Boaz for her. A lot of people are always trying to say, well, I'll pray I find my Boaz or whatever. But you don't know what she stayed up praying about. You don't know how what happened. So I don't see nothing wrong with it. I think, again, we are, if I may speak open, I think the church, we put people on the pedestal too much. And when they do something, it's like we so quick to crucify them. We're quick to praise them when they're doing the praise and everything. But then when they do something that we don't like, or the church doesn't think is right in the church's eyes, then we're quick to throw stones at them. And so for me, that relationship, hey, you like it. It's all, it's what it is.
She just recently broke that
up.
last year.
They broke up before season 2 of The Real came back. So they broke up. Yeah, y'all can tell I watched The Real a lot.
That's your time mark.
That's my time, right. But they broke up before she had actually announced it, that they had decided to break up. But she says they're friends.
Okay.
Apparently all of them were friends. The Adrienne, Lenny, Israel Houghton and his wife, they all were because how they met were I don't know if anybody's seen that movie, I'm in Love with a Church Girl, starring Adrienne Bailon and Ja Rule. That's how they all met because Israel Houghton was a producer on the film. So that's how all that comes together. Yes, sir.
Y'all ready?
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna try to keep my seat and my composure and my coat on. Not just regarding the Israel Houghton situation. We talking Israel Houghton, Kirk Franklin, Leandria Johnson, James Force, and all of them. Now, I'm old school when it comes to this. First of all, I'm sick of don't judge me. I'm sick of I'm only human. I'm still a man at the end of the day. When you are a God representative on a world platform, you don't have the right to just be human at the end of the day. Now, we talk about a God who can split water so millions can walk through. We talk about a God that can heal AIDS. We talk about a God who can walk on water, but a God who can do all of that stuff can call me to a platform but not make me fit for the platform. That's the problem. See, everybody in this room, we're probably church people. We probably grew up in church, frequent church, fraternize with church folk. But I'm talking about the non-believers. That's what my problem is, because when you have that world platform, the non-believers see you. The non-believers don't see the pulpit. the pulpit stops at the 4 walls. But when you have that world platform, you have to make certain that your hands are clean. Because I deal with these people on an everyday basis coming in the barbershop. When a non-believer sees a believer doing what they do, it turns them away. When they decide to give God a chance and consider that maybe the fact he is real, maybe the fact that he does work, and then they see us doing the same thing they're doing, they completely shut off. Now, you're the host, the owner, the operator, everything what KARLTON Says loud, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. You call Richard Adams in to fill in for your shoes because you know I can get the job done. Mm-hmm. You called me because you know I can get the job done. Not only do you know that I'm able to do the job, you left an inscription of everything for me to do. Mm-hmm. Explicit description of what it takes to run your operation smoothly. I get my black self on your platform and do what I want to do because I still can. Because you gave me a choice, but you gave me a list as well. And I get on your platform and do what I want to and cause everybody in this room to leave, and your followers to leave, and your viewers to leave. You're not gonna have a problem with me.
Oh, I'm a big problem.
Right.
So I'm trying to build, right, and you shutting me down.
Right.
I don't like it.
So Jesus Christ himself, who put you in position to win souls for him, and you can't control your manhood, you can't control your anger, where you gotta swap somebody across the back with a wooden bar stool and crack ribs. Come on, man. When we talking about
that
God
the
here,
first time you did it.
right.
And to be clear, we're not talking about Israel Hall. Israel Hall didn't do that.
Right.
Who did it? Who did
That was
it?
James Fortune.
James Fortune.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want no lawsuits.
Yeah. I went through a tumultuous divorce where my ex-wife justified her actions because Ty Tribbett did it. And he was somebody that we looked up to as a young soul that loved God. But he did it. So I'm good. We seen Ty Tribbett. He stopped this show and started preaching. You know, that's a problem when we say God is, God has, God can, God will, but he ain't checking for you. That's a problem.
I got a comment on that. I'm a preacher.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, that's why you put me on this side over here. You know that when this discussion was going. Right. So I'm a young black woman, and I'm a pretty woman. I wear lip liner, I wear eyeliner, mascara too, and some would challenge that. Right, but what I'll say about that is you're exactly right. We are held to a supernatural standard, and we're accountable for everything we say and everything that we do. We're human, and I'm going to say that because we are everyday, ordinary people. If you look at one of my favorite books is 12 Ordinary Men and 12 Ordinary Women, and he talks about disciples and characters in the Bible and all the flaws that they had. Right. Even if you think about, Jacob, think about him and that limp he had to carry on with. There's just so many illustrations in the Word that talks about the imperfections of people. So will people make mistakes? Absolutely. Will there ever come a day where we will be perfect? Absolutely not. There is no such thing except Jesus Christ himself. I will say that because we're accountable for that, we do have a responsibility to be mindful of our actions. And unfortunately, I do believe that if God wanted to make perfection, he could. He did it one time. And the sacrifice was so that we could all have eternal life, right? But the thing about that is you have to realize that what God will also allow for your disobedience is public humiliation. Right. And the only thing that I can say to non-believers and believers, because it's hard when you see someone fall from grace. Number one, we put them on an unrealistic pedestal. That's the issue. That's the tradition. That's the problem. But secondly, I always tell people this, and I've been through my share of church hurt where I stayed out of church for years. Right, never intended to go back. I didn't want to deal with the church folk. Right. And now I am a preacher, right? But I'll say this much. We have to be strong enough to understand, believer or non, people are people. Do you go to church for people or for God? Right. Who's really in control of your life? Are you letting people dictate what you do? Because just because I see KARLTON do something doesn't mean I'm going to go do it as well, right? I mean, even here, we have to tiptoe. And we get it, but it's a tricky balance with that. So
let's go to a break real quick. I know we want to finish. Because I'm the host, I can do this. We're gonna add extra 5 minutes to this discussion. We'll be right back. You're watching KARLTON Says Live.
So much pain, so many heartaches, so many lies to my face, so many people to walk away, So many words that I didn't say. So much rejection, a lot of pain. So much hurt and a lot of rain. So many tears on my face. Never knew life could be this way. Some mornings I would tuck my chin in my chest, take small breaths and cry till there was nothing left. I used to tell God that I couldn't go much longer, but with every test and trial He made me stronger. Now I'm stronger. Now I push a little bit harder. I won't quit, I'm going further. Can't stop now, no, 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 no. I'm stronger. Now I run a little bit faster, holding on to the master. I won't quit, no, 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 no. I'm stronger. So much trouble on every side. So many nights where I had to cry. So many thoughts like I'm gonna die. So I got myself ready to say goodbye. So many people had it out for me. So many friends created agony. So much doubt made it hard to breathe, that I closed my eyes so I couldn't see. Some mornings I would tuck my chin in my chest, take small breaths and cry till there was nothing left. I used to tell God that I couldn't go much longer, but with every test and trial He made me stronger. Now I'm stronger. Now I push a little bit harder. I won't quit, I'm going further. Can't stop now. No, 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 no. I'm stronger. Now I run a little bit faster, holding on to the master. I won't quit, no, 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 no. I'm stronger.
You shall live and not die. Running this race is hard, but the effort's worth the try. Stick to your guns and don't give in to the lies that you're insignificant. Your value in life is worth a lot. Beneath the weights of life, you push and strain for a goal to obtain. And if you persist, you get strength to maintain. But it's a known fact, the more you train, and if you hang in there a little longer, that every push will only make you stronger. I'm strong.
All right, welcome back to KARLTON SAYS Live. Had to answer the extra 5 minutes because this topic is getting real heavy. Shauna, continue, shall we?
I wanted to kind of bring a balance to what both of them were saying. If you read in the New Testament, there's letters where the church was addressed, and then there's letters where the Gentiles were addressed. And that's the thing. You know how we at homes, like, you know, would stay in the house, need to stay in the house. Like, the church was never meant to be governed by the world. The church was supposed to govern the world. You get what I'm saying? And it's like the world is governing the church. So the thing is, a lot of the stuff we're supposed to be dealing with in house, the world getting a hold to, and it's making us look like a mockery, the church. So what I'm saying is, let's deal with this stuff in the house. And let's take it. Let's close our doors and deal with it like Peter them did it. You know, in the house. Let's deal with it in the house. And then we need to address the needs of the world. Then go out there and address the needs of the world, so they won't see all of our filthy stains, all of our filthy rags. Because the Bible does say, shall we continue in sin that grace may abide? God forbid. You can't just keep doing stuff and say, oh yeah, I'm human, you know. Because the world, sometimes people don't take it like that. But we as Christians, we understand that. Okay, you messed up, girl, I got you. I'm going to cover you.
But not over and over and over again.
Yeah, and you go out there to the non-believers and they saying, and you look at a non-believer and you tell a non-believer, you know, well, God don't forgive me, you know, I'm doing this. They'll be like, If they don't see no change in you, why should they come into church in the first place?
There
ain't no reason.
If you talk to somebody who really do not believe, I'm telling you,
It's
they will
out
throw
there.
you some of the.
Yeah, I know.
Shay, go ahead real quick so I can throw.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, one thing I wanted to say is that not just as on a platform as pastors or music artists or whatever, anybody who's out there, even as an actress, host, whatever, you're putting yourself out there for public scrutiny.
Right.
So inside the church, outside the church, people are going to criticize what you do, what you say, what you wear, who you date, everything like that. So you have to be prepared for that. And then one thing is important, I know my pastor always says that, is that you lead by example. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to be perfect, but don't tell me to put money in the collection plate and you ain't putting no money in the collection plate. Don't tell me to be here on time and you late, you know? So it's very important that you set the standard, you know, if you're in a leadership position. Obviously, like we said, we know that people are human. You're gonna fumble, but you can do your best. And then, like you said, not over and over and over, because then you're just taking advantage of the grace.
But here's my problem. Here's my problem. And like I said, I get everything. I think what everything's saying is right and is true. My problem is we as Christians, we are the hardest people though. It's like we act like some of us act like we don't do anything at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then when your dirt comes out, it's like, oh well, you know, grace, but you want to show no grace towards nobody else. That's my issue. It's like, again, a lot of people wear these masks, and a lot of times some people are afraid to be, because we're supposed to be open and transparent with each other, so we can, you know, carry upon each other's faults, so we can be what we're supposed to be and be helpful. But we can't do that because a lot of Christians are so hard at each other. I'm so afraid to tell you what I'm going through because I'm scared you're gonna be like, oh, you should be doing that. You too big for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's again, it's like it's a balance. It's a balance. And again, I agree. You can't keep saying I'm human. Don't judge me. I can do what I want. God loves me. Grace. You know, because you're just like, you know, you just kind of try to take advantage of it. You know, Jesus does love you. And he will forgive you, but you're not learning. But at the same time, we can't be so law. Right. Because again, if you try to live by the law, you're gonna fail. Because again, we are human, and the only way we can walk this is through Jesus Christ, and that's it. Point blank. That's it. So and we try to add all these stipulations, and that's why people are falling. That's it. And you know, so I think just to wrap it up, because I can't add no more segments. I think that again, it's we all just have to walk in love, and that's just what it comes down to. We gotta walk in love, and I just want to say, just because they was in the picture together, don't mean they sleeping together. I don't want to put it out there. That don't mean they was sleeping together. You know, just saying.
That's right.
I mean, that goes back to what we're talking about social media, though, because that's one of the things that blew this whole situation up. People bullying him where he felt like it was, or her enough where he felt like he had to come out and defend her. Right. But people are, you know, people are crazy. They're go bullying you and making death threats to you and your family on social media.
Right.
Well, you should have had a shirt on.
You tried it.
Well, look, you put yourself out here. You don't get jealous. Now, if you get that comment, that's okay. Because you put yourself out there. But.
All right, y'all. All right, we have a tremendous group here. They are going to perform for us. They're called The Kingdom. We're going to have them coming up next. We'll be right back. You're watching KARLTON Says Live.
What are you getting today?
I don't know. Be creative.
All right.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. See you next time. So Clay's Haven of Beauty. One-on-one care for your hair.
All right, welcome back to KARLTON Says Live. We are here with special guests. They are known as The Kingdom. All right, I'm going to have them introduce themselves. And so start with you. That's okay.
All right, my name is Uriah Wiles. I'm 20 years old.
My name is Andre Crawford. I'm 18.
My name is Claude Floctet. I'm 15.
I'm Dawn St. Hill. I'm 17.
My name is Aaron Kelly. I'm 18.
All right, young people. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right, so how did you guys start? How did the Kingdoms get started?
Well, it all started out in my high school days, back when I was my senior year. We was originally a group just to go out for lunch during our band days, and then I came up with the idea that with me being with music all my life, I was like, hey, I want to make a group and get somewhere with this, and they all agreed, and we keep growing and growing after that.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. All right. Well, we're gonna let them do a song for us. Now, what song you guys are performing for us on today?
Missing You.
Okay, awesome. All right, guys, let's give it up for the Kingdom.
You ready? Yes, sir. 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and.
social media, how can we do so?
Oh man, we didn't.
Yeah, you know. They on Facebook. That's how I found them. They on pretty much
Facebook, the Kingdom, right?
Okay, so go to Facebook.com, type in the Kingdom. You'll see some instruments, and you'll see them. There you go. All right. Thank y'all so much for coming to KARLTON Says Live. Thank y'all. We'll be right back after this.
Just one. Just one. Just one more.
Just one more. Just one more.
Just One More Little Minute, a children's book by Carlton G. Morris. For more information, email cgmorrisbooks@gmail.com. Get your copy today.
Welcome back, and we are so excited, so honored and glad that we're going to have an exclusive performance right here from Passionate. She's going to do one of her spoken word pieces called
Wake Up Nation.
Wake Up Nation. So let's listen up. It's really appropriate to what we've been talking about.
Can I change the things that I've done by traveling within my history, making my present and future endeavor to step into epiphany and to be used as a clear channel for God's energy to journey? But as my thoughts create blocks, I stifle myself for the learning I count. And I hope that certain guides give me what I need. Religious furrows like mental prisons so my mind won't mislead. Certain truths are kept because the coming into knowledge is beyond measure. Power to the eternal life and immortality, a secret only seekers will find pleasure in. Reconstructing my mind, I lock myself in dimensions of pain. Illumination breaks belief into pieces, making the search hard to regain. Unrelieved pressure builds mountain of thriving at the frontal lobe of my brain. Words that flow to pressure, but the unfulfillment remains the same. I contain myself. Well, what is written is tempered with for the bidding of one's lust. So sometimes I cry and weep inside when we mockingly say in God we trust. My soul is at ease when those that walk with me in the light see a different way. Has God blinded their eyes, or am I the one stuck in the kingdom of dismay? What can I say? When the blind lead the blind and I stick out because I open my eyes, allowing God to be my shepherd and the light that Jesus gives to fight lives. Little children, wake up, 'cause the sun is almost down. Yes, there's food on the table, but no light to be found. Skin laid in the evening, and the well is run dry. Be no water to splash on your faces, only be your cry. Children, wake up. Little children, wake up. 'Cause the sun, yeah, is almost down. The sun is almost down, yeah. Who is man to apply against God, saying why you made me like this? I try to fight a difference, but it's hard when a friend hold a Judas kiss, knowing that anytime the person who stops with you is willing to betray you, but you gotta keep on walking, fulfilling God's purpose that He's given you. Do we leave out of Egypt with spoils of return because we left a mindset behind? Platforms give religious teachers to lead millions blind. I mean, when are we gonna wake up, see that God's still leading from the sight? The hour's growing dark, and soon there won't be workers to work through the night. All of you that have oil in the lamp, store it, because soon the bridegroom will arrive and the door will be shut, and there'll be no pity on the foolish because there won't be any time. So now I ask you, can we change? Little children, wake up. Little children, wake up. 'Cause the sun is almost down, yes. There's food on the table, but no light to be found. Skin laid in the evening, and the well is run dry. Be no water to splash on your faces, only be your cry. Children, wake up. Little children, wake up. 'Cause the sun, yeah, the sun is almost down. The sun is almost down,
Yeah, no, come on.
Trying to record this for her.
Oh, you got this.
I got
the whole thing.
Thank you so much for performing that. I thought it was very appropriate. The things that we were talking about today. Guys, again, just for the young man that did pass away, let's keep his family in our prayers. Because they are, again, they're having to do, like you said, they're dealing with this on a daily basis. Once this story fades, because there will be something else that will try to top it, they're still dealing with it. So let's just continue to keep that family in our prayer. Let's keep our community in prayer as well, all right? Because like you said, it takes a village, all right? All right, so thank you guys so much for joining me on today's KARLTON Says Live. Thank you to my co-hosts for joining me. Thank you to the production crew. Appreciate you guys, Renee, Aaron, and Anthony. Thank y'all so much for everything that you do. Tim, in your absence, we appreciate you, brother. You enjoy your vacation because you deserve it. All right. Thank you to our studio audience for joining us today. Thank you to the Kingdom for their performance as well. All right, we'll be right back. We'll see y'all next